Hi guys, welcome back to class. I think everyone just wants to experience and tap in and advance on their spiritual journey. And so today I'm going to give you what you've all been asking for, is the one thing that changed my life. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Abby. I am a spiritual guide. I am here spreading my knowledge, my experiences, and all that good stuff. And if you're listening on the podcast on Spotify, hello. Okay, so if you're looking for guidance on this journey, if you're not sure what to do next and you're not sure where to go, but you know that there's something waiting to be unlocked, you know there's more for you, I am hosting a 3-week intensive program called The Awakened Soul. And this is 3 weeks of really tuning in and understanding and connecting and gaining clarity through your connection to spirit, source energy. So if you're at the beginning stages of your journey, or even you've had a lot of experience, but you just want to gain that clarity and confidence around your connection and your abilities, I highly recommend you join this program. It is 3 weeks of intensive training. And yeah, I hope to see you there. You have clicked on this video because you probably want to know what I got to say about this, what I got to say about tapping in spiritually, advancing spiritually, how do I experience, how do I have my first encounter, because the chances are the people that have clicked onto this video have probably read every book, they've watched every documentary, they know back to front everything there is about spirituality, experiences, the underworld, psychics, astral projection. They know it all. They have the knowledge, but they don't know how to actually experience that themselves. That's something that I found is a lot of people want to tap in. They know what to do. They have the formula. They have the step-by-step procedure, but they just can't. And they just feel like they're hitting a wall, and they try and they try and they try and they still have no breakthrough. Well, in today's video, if this is you, I'm going to teach you the exact method that you need to know to tap in spiritually. And this was what I learned from a very young age. When I was on my spiritual journey, you guys know I was meditating to rewire my nervous system. And this state of existence that I'm about to reveal to you happened within weeks. And through entering that state and experiencing that realm, that's where I discovered the secrets to the universe, the answer to everything that I had ever wanted. It felt like everything connected, and I felt like I really found myself, and I really came face to face with my soul in a way. And so I am going to be teaching you guys this portal. Okay, so what is this state of being that you are referring to, Abby? Well, you know what? I think a lot of people want to go and they want to leave their body and they want to lucid dream and they want to connect and they want to have all these experiences. And drum roll, this experience is the center of every other experience. If you can get to this state, if you can experience, if you can access this energy, you can access astral projection, you can access lucid dreaming, you can access mediumship, you can access psychic abilities, clairvoyance, you can access every single ability there is, because the one thing that is consistent within every single ability is the light body. Mic drop. Guys, activating my light body has changed my life. When I tell you this, my first experience with my light body was within weeks of starting to meditate when I was literally 17, 18, I don't know exactly, but I was meditating to rewire my nervous system. And I think a lot of people think if I go into my meditation and I just zen out, something's gonna happen. But everyone gets to that and nothing happens, and they get bored and they're sitting there waiting for something magical to happen. Scrap that. This isn't the type of meditations that I teach, okay? The type of meditations that I've been doing for many years now, I don't know the technical term for it, but you're gonna experience something. So if you wanna experience your spiritual power, if you wanna tap in, if you wanna actually have the experience, have the encounter, you need to be able to access and activate your light body, which is really who you truly are. And when you do this, you can bridge into any ability that you want. This was my starting point. I did not set out this journey trying to astral project. I did not set out this journey trying to remote view. I did not set out this journey trying to lucid dream. In fact, I didn't even know any of that stuff was real anyway. But you know what was the most real thing? Was experiencing my light body for the first time. Okay, I remember this very vividly. And this opened everything for me. This connected me in. This had me on massive journeys. This had me awaken my soul. I was meditating and I intuitively started getting into breath work, and I intuitively started to become aware of my own thoughts, become aware of my own conscience, become aware of everything that was going on inside my body. And I remember this very vividly. Is I was meditating when it was nighttime. So it was dark. I had my door closed. I was living at home, had an eye mask on, had blockout headphones on. And I remember seeing flickers of light coming at the top of my head. And it was so bright and so real that I thought that my mom had come into my room and like turned the light on and off. And I had to like quickly flip my eye mask down because I thought someone was like playing a prank on me. Like maybe my sibling was doing that. I don't know. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what is this light? It just intrigued me so much because it was so beautiful and it was so bright. And there was just something that was so mesmerizing about this. And if you've experienced spiritually, you know, you get that kind of activation within yourself. And it's not the woo-woo, like you're activated and things like that. It was like this soul resonance. Every cell of my being lit up in this light. Like it is out of this world, something that, you know, it's hard to even put into words. I remember experiencing this for the first time, and I remember every time the light would flick in and out, because that's how it started, is I would focus everything on like lighting it up even more. And it's like someone shining a torch at the top of your head and it's coming down. Now, if someone actually did that in real life, with your eyes closed, it would probably, you know, if you are in the light, look red because of your blood vessels and your eyelids. But this light is like brighter than any light that I've ever seen on earth. Like if you give me the highest tech torch with the highest whatever, it's brighter than that. That's how bright your light is. And when you tap in and you activate your light or your light body, you experience the world differently, and you're connected to source. You're connected to the quantum field. You're connected to every single different timeline that exists for you. You connect to different frequencies, vibrations, or different realms. It is just an incredible experience, okay? And not to mention the light body, I mean, you are in source energy, you are in the quantum field, you can create like that, okay? There's so many things that you can do with this, and it is when you are truly with yourself and in your power, because this is like the purest form of who you are. We have so many different bodies. We have astral bodies, ethereal bodies, we have emotional bodies, we also have a light body. And that is what we're going to be getting into today. So once I activated my light body, I was shot through this universe. I was going on huge journeys out of body. I was going through tunnels. I was connecting with people from the past. I was remote viewing. I was astral projecting into the past and viewing from a bird's eye point of view past traumas that helped me heal. Because that was the whole point as to why I was meditating. So this really worked out in my favor, and it's because I was so real with myself and I was so willing to be real with myself. So if you've watched all of the things, if you've learned all the teachings, if you've done everything, put that to the side, and I want you to just take in what I'm about to say and go do it, because it worked. Now, how do you activate your light body? Because this wasn't an intentional thing. I didn't even know that existed. I was tripping out. So I was experiencing this light and I was telling everyone, you know, I'm seeing this light when I meditate. And of course, everyone's like, are you okay? Like, are you okay? Little did they know, because here we are now. What has it been? It's 6-7 years later. I was onto something, and no one around me knew what I was talking about. So I didn't have someone to kind of lean on or ask. I didn't like look things up. I was just kind of in Abby's bubble, and I was experiencing and I was tapping in, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And when I started to receive that feedback from spirit and actually see things that actually happened, and I received that external validation or that 3D confirmation, that's when I knew, holy shit, I am in a different level. I am on a different level right now. The light body connects you to everything, manifestation, different timelines, different abilities, because it's all connected. It all is connected. You can't have one without the other. And that's why it's like, if you go straight to the light body, the center, you can branch out any which way you want, okay? And I actually have a sale on my website at the moment. I did a 4-week transformation called Light Bodies. And so if you want to grab the replays and learn everything, the ins and outs of activating your light body and having those spiritual breakthroughs on such an in-depth level, jump onto my website. It's instant access. You can just download it now and watch it. But in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through the exact meditation method that I used that activated my light body from the first time I saw a glimmer of light to eventually being full, every cell, every fiber of my being activated in light. And from there, I have gone through many journeys. Okay, I can't even just say that one thing because I manifest through this. I experienced the astral plane through this. I connected with my guides through this. I healed from past traumas through this. Everything is connected to that one sweet spot of the light body activation, and it is on another level. It is the easiest way. It is the easiest way for you to tap in. It is the easiest way for you to experience. And the best part about it is that it is the most high vibrational state. With a lot of people in their spiritual journey, they have negative experiences, or they feel scared, or they feel low vibe. This is nothing like that. This is like immense high vibrational power, and it's like that raw power that you feel inside of you when that life force is flowing and you just are so tapped in, and it is so real. And anyways, I'm going on a tangent now because like I wish I could put you in that state right now and you experience it. You would be like, oh my gosh. Okay, but I can't do that. I can't do that right now. So you are going to listen to the things that I'm about to tell you, and you're going to jump in and you're going to trial them. Okay? So step 1 to activating your light body. Okay? This is very similar to a lot of practices that I do. And of course, it's not one shoe fits all. It's not that this is the exact thing that's going to work for you. This is almost the baseline, the basic kind of blueprint that you follow, and then you make tweaks and adjustments. So that's what I do with a lot of my clients is I set them up and then we'd make tweaks based on what you experience. And that's where you will optimize your own breakthroughs and your spiritual advancement by really tailoring it to yourself. So if you do want a meditation plan, come see me. This is the basic foundation. Okay, now this exact thing may not be exactly for you. It's a great place to start. Okay, so the first thing to activate your light body is you need to get your human avatar out of the damn way. As I said at the start of the video, everyone has all the knowledge, they've read all the books, watched the documentaries, they've done all the stuff, you know, they know it back to the front. They could tell you anything you need to know about spirituality and everything that exists within it, but they can't experience it, and that is because their human avatar is in the way. So you need to make sure that your human avatar isn't blocking you, okay? Because your human avatar will do that. It will, because you've gone through so many years of programming, you've been taught to believe things, you've gone through hard experiences, you have so many layers of armor on that you're going to sabotage the entire experience of seeing your light, experiencing your magic, tuning in and feeling who you truly are on such a deep soul level. It's like you will avoid that and sabotage that because of your human avatar. And so before you even attempt to activate your light body or tap in, I highly recommend that you do some shadow work on releasing the old beliefs, the narratives, everything that's kind of keeping you in your current vibration and state of being. If you want to branch out and experience the highest form of intelligence and the highest form of consciousness, and you just want to get a glimpse of that, you need to really figure out what your human is currently at, because when you do this, you release so many layers. And as I mentioned in my previous video of 5 reasons you're struggling to tap in and activate, is that this is who you naturally are, but your human has layers that convinces you that you're not magical and you're not powerful and you're not a light. You know, it's just the layers that you need to remove. So before you start this, you need to take off those layers, you know what I mean? And so if you go onto Google and you search up, you know, shadow prompts for spiritual growth, shadow prompts for spiritual advancement, just generic ones, it'll come up with a bunch of questions. And take some time, sit down one night, have a spiritual Zen night where you're just being purely honest with yourself. You're just being raw about your experiences and being real with yourself and being honest. Like if you believe something, or if you have some sort of negative feeling or emotion towards it, understand it. You don't have to demonize it. You don't have to push it away and act like it's not there. Like the more honest you are with yourself, the more breakthroughs you're going to have, because you need to let that stuff go. Right? So if you, first of all, do some shadow work around why you're doing this, what you believe about it, what it's going to do for you, why you think this is coming up for you, every single thing possible, look into it. Okay, that's going to really set up your energy so that you don't have anything come in and pull you out of the experience, because your human will do that. I mean, this work that we're doing is out of this world, and so you really got to stay grounded, but also at the same time, not to the point where you refuse to let yourself experience the spiritual side of things, because we are spiritual beings having a temporary human experience. Number 1, do shadow work. Number 2, intention. At the same time, I want you to figure out what your intentions are with this, because again, LightBody is the center of all spiritual gifts, all spiritual experiences. At the core of that is your light body, and it is consistent through everything that you do spiritually. It is the foundation, it is the power, it is the drive, it is everything. You need to figure out what your intentions are with it. So being real with yourself, why do you want to activate spiritually? Why do you want to experience your light? Why do you want to tap into who you really are? Why do you want to experience that? Are you ready for that? What's that going to do for you? Figure out your intention behind it, because that's going to be the driver. When you have a clear intention about what you truly want and desire to get out of this, you set yourself up to go straight down that path. If you don't know what that intention is, you don't know what direction you're going, and you need direction, because you are the one that is always in control. You need to figure out why. What is your intention with this? A lot of intentions, or some ideas of intentions, and this is completely unique to you. There's no right or wrong. Of course, there's always, if there's bad intent, that's not the best thing to do, and I do not recommend you do that. But some intentions can be to just experience your soul, to connect with your soul, to connect with the quantum field, to experience the full potential within yourself. That's something that I really learned on this journey, is I had so much untapped potential that I could experience and see through my light body. And so through tapping into that, it opened my eyes so much as to how far I could take this human experience and how great it could be. Whereas previously I couldn't even see bigger than that. I couldn't even think bigger than that. And so it really opened my eyes. So whatever your intention is, be intentional about it. Jumping into that meditation practice, you need to get the right timing. Okay. You don't want to do a meditation when you're super tired, because you will fall asleep. You also don't want to do a meditation where you're super awake that you can't focus and you're just constantly go, go, go. You need to find that sweet spot. Look at your schedule and figure out when is a time that I'm going to be uninterrupted, where I'm going to be able to just not have any distractions. I'm not going to fall asleep. I'm also not on top of the morning excited about everything, and just find that time of day. For this specific practice, I would recommend at least having like 45 to an hour of time available uninterrupted, because it can take some time to enter that state. And so finding the right time is number 1. And when you find the right time and space to do this, it is time to embark on the process. So I always recommend laying down for this meditation, because I find that it is easier to relax. It is easier to tune in. This is my personal experience. And so laying down, I want you to block out all your senses. I want you to dim the lights. I don't want you to do it in direct sunlight. I don't want you to do it in a lightly lit room, no lights on, just completely in pitch black. Put an eye mask on. There's nothing coming through. There's no light. I don't want you to be confused like I did, where I thought someone was playing with the lights. No, I was literally seeing my own light. Block out headphones, block out eye masks, no distractions, no light coming in. And I want you to put on through your headphones a 4 Hertz pure tone theta wave. You can YouTube this, and there are a bunch of frequencies on there. It is a very baseline, like umming, like it is a very stable frequency, because you don't want jingles, you don't want any guided aspects that just pulls you out of the experience, it just distracts you. No, just put on a pure tone theta wave beat and lay down, put on the frequency, okay? And I want you to go over your intention. I want you to kind of have that internal conversation for the first minute or two of, I really intend on connecting with my light. I really intend on experiencing my light. I really intend on activating my spiritual power, my spiritual strength. I really intend on experiencing my light for the highest good and highest vibration. And when you go into this and you just take the first few minutes to sit in that, it is a beautiful way to set up your energy and direct your intention towards an outcome. And I want you to allow yourself for the first 5 to 10 minutes to let all of your thoughts run free and wild. The whole point of this meditation is to get to the point where you are not even affected or distracted by not one single thought. You are pure stillness, you are pure focus, you are pure presence, and there's nothing that pulls you out of this state of being the observer. And so it's really helpful for the first 5 to 10 minutes to just let all your thoughts roam free. Think what you need to think. Be distracted as much as you need. Give your thoughts and that part of your mind the time of day so that you can also give the other parts the time of day after. And then you can kind of say to yourself like, okay, I am going to put you to the side now. It's not about having no thoughts. It's about just not addressing them, feeding into them, engaging with them. It's about just letting them exist outside of you for this period of time of being present with yourself. You say to yourself, okay, thank you, these thoughts, I'm going to put them to the side. I'm going to focus and I'm going to tune in now. Thank you so much. This is my time to focus. And you pull your energy towards yourself. You pull your energy to the present moment. And so this is where you need to focus on your grounding and protection. As always, with every spiritual practice, you need to make sure that you are doing these things because you are entering different states of being, different states of consciousness, different bodies. And there's so much out there. And with this practice, yes, it is very high vibrational. It is very powerful. It is very electric, but also you do need to protect yourself. And so everyone has different methods and practices with grounding and protection, but I would recommend doing some affirmations of I am grounded, I am protected, and actually believing it. And if you don't believe it, do some shadow work, okay? Because this stuff will come up and you will have to address it. But also doing some sort of visualization technique where you're literally visualizing your aura being sealed with white light and you are protected in this light, even doing it over the entire room that you're in, visualizing it covered in light. You can visualize roots from the ground growing up and holding your body. There are so many things that you can do, and I'm sure there's a lot of content out there with other videos that have specific things that you can do. Something that I do is just those generic practices because at the end of the day, I know my power as a spiritual being. I know that I hold the power over every experience, over every timeline, over every energy. And I know myself so well that if anything outside of myself comes into my experience, I have that discernment to be able to identify it and release it and send it on its way without being consumed by it, without feeding into it, and without clouding my experience. Like, I'm very, very firm with that stuff. I'm very strong with my own energy, and I can understand when anything is not my energy or if something is trying to come into my field. I have very strong spiritual boundaries, and so knowing your power is really the most potent and powerful thing that you can really have over any practice. And that's just my personal opinion. Being a psychic medium and experiencing other spirits and energies and reading for people and tapping in, you come up against a lot of different energies, and it can be very deceptive and it can be very convincing that it's someone or something that it's not. And so discernment and understanding that is so powerful. And so it goes with every practice. Doing your grounding and protection and letting it be at that. Okay, just letting it be. That's what it is. It's time to progress with the meditation. And so this is where breath work comes into the mix. Now, breath work is going to literally charge you up. I literally always say this. Breath work charges you up. Like, it charges you up and you literally feel electric. You feel like there's electricity literally coming off you. So a breathwork kind of rhythm that you can flow to get an idea of what that looks like is a guided Wim Hof video on YouTube. That is the best way. And of course, make tweaks if needed, because what works for one person may not work for the next. But as a baseline, mimic the method that Wim Hof does, creating that flow of in and out and doing rounds and holding on the inhale. Now, something that I want to note is don't get too caught up on the specifics of the breath work, because then you're not being present. You're over here worrying, did I breathe deeply enough? Am I doing enough? Am I doing too much? Should I hold a little bit longer? You're getting caught up in that where you're missing out on the magic. And so finding a rhythm where it's automatic. And this is where you'll start to experience those spiritual symptoms that you get when you start to activate and tap in, because the breath work puts your human avatar to sleep. Meanwhile, your soul is fully aware of what's going on. It's like you're in the seat of witness consciousness, you're observing what's happening, and your human avatar is kind of quieting, and those thoughts are drifting away, and those beliefs are drifting away, and you are just existing as like this ball of energy in your body, looking out into that blackness, into that, you know, that void state in front of you. And that is the sweet spot. And a few signs that you are starting to activate is that, number one, you will start to feel like vibrations in your body. Now, this is you literally tuning into your own energy. We are energy. We are spiritual beings in a human body made of energy, and you start to feel that frequency vibrating inside your body. And so that's that buzzy feeling that you get. Now, it may not be full body initially. It may just be in your hands or your feet, or you may feel it in certain areas like your third eye. Is a really good sign that you're starting to feel into your energy, okay? Now, energy, light body, it's all connected. It's step by step. So this is a really good sign. You may start to feel a little bit lightheaded, which is quite normal. You also may feel a little bit of vertigo. Like when I'm lying down, I feel like my body's jolting like this, even though I'm completely still. And this is kind of that light body coming out in a way. That's the best way that I can describe it. Okay, so when you start experiencing this, it's a really good sign that you are starting to activate and you're starting to actually feel and experience your inner being come out. Like again, your human's asleep, but you're kind of existing within. And so obviously everything's dark and you're feeling these sensations in your body. And I kind of want you to just sit with your soul in this energy. Now, when you start to do the rounds of breath work, doing the inhale, exhale, when you are holding, I want you to just focus on gazing out of your eyes, because this is the space that's going to illuminate. On that inhale, put your awareness at the top of your head. Okay, you'll start to see glimmers of light appear. And if you don't, this is where you start to use affirmations. When I'm in this state and I'm holding on the inhales and I'm feeling super present, there's not a thought in my mind, I'm just observing, I'm feeling all of these things in my body, and I'm like, yeah, it's go time. It's time to activate. I will have that internal conversation, use those internal affirmations, and I will say, I am powerful. And say it like you mean it, not like, I am powerful. I am powerful. You got to say it like you mean it. Every cell will start to resonate with the affirmations that you say. You'll start to get the spiritual chills in your body. It'll feel like this like really powerful energy, and it's like you get goosebumps and you get spiritual chills. And saying these affirmations, I am powerful, I am electric, I am light, I am experiencing my light, I allow myself to experience my highest potential, my highest light, my highest power for the highest good and highest vibration. Almost chanting these things and allowing every cell of your body to listen, because then when you get the chills, you know that it resonates, and you know that you are now going down that path of illuminating that light, allowing it to come out, allowing yourself to just observe it. And that light, as I said, will start to flicker at the top of your head. And the more that you focus on this light, the brighter and bigger it's going to get until you can hold the light. And this is where you will have full body chills everywhere. Your vision will be white. Everything is just this beautiful light. And I tell you, when I did this for the first time, of actually fully harnessing my light body and fully activating it to its highest potential, it felt like there was electricity coming off my body. I'm not even kidding. I felt like there was purple and blue electricity just flying off my body. And this is where I really branched off and did other things, but for the point of this video, I'm not going to go into that. But if you do want to hear story times on all that stuff, join my private community, Beyond the Veil. I actually have an exclusive series in there where I do story times of like genuine real life encounters that I've had. So if you are interested in actually hearing the story times, jump in there. It's on my website. But I felt electricity coming off my body, and that was my light body. I was in my light body. I was experiencing my light, my vision, everything was white. And it is so powerful and so high vibrational that I was just having full body confirmation, chills. I was in my power. I was electric. I was connecting to source energy. And as I said before, in my ultimate spirit bundle that I have for sale, the light bodies classes that I did, I teach you how to manifest from this, because it's a manifestation portal. It's a way that you can actually draw things in from the quantum field experience them, experience the frequency of having that. That's quantum leaps, that's quantum jumping, that's creating straight from source energy. It is very powerful and potent, and it really makes happen. Okay, it happens. And so when you experience this, you will know. There will not be a shadow of doubt in your mind. You will not be confused. You will not be questioning, was that it? Was that it? You will know. And I say that to people that say like, oh, I kind of had this experience. What do you think? I think that you could go a little bit more. And I think that when you experience it, you won't be asking me, what was that, Abby? You know, what do you think about that? You will just know. Because it's you and your soul, and you know your own soul. You're just connecting back in. And this is who you really are. This is who you really are. Your human avatar has dialed down. They're fine. But you are experiencing the essence, the true form of who you are, the light, the soul, the spirit, the energy body of who you are. You're experiencing that firsthand, and that is real power. That is the power before you were programmed, before you went through trauma, before you came to this earth. That is who you truly were, and you're connecting back in with that. And that soul, that light, that energy, the essence of who you are came from source energy, and you were tapping back into that. Do you realize how powerful you could be if you harness this energy? Now again, good intentions, good grounding, good protection, going in with the right state of mind, okay? Going in and clearing away those limitations, those shadows, that cloudy energy through the shadow prompts. And I promise you, you actually experience. This isn't about reading it, and it's not what you think. I can't even put it into human words what it's going to be like for you. I literally cannot put that into human words for you, because your experience is going to be more real than anything I could ever tell you. Anything that I could ever tell you. And it's more real than the things you've read about, the things that you've watched, all the content that you've consumed, this idea that you've created in your head of what it's going to be like. Put that to the side. It's going to be completely different. That's all I'm going to say on that. Activating your light body has so many benefits. It is like you're back in your life force. You're just back in that energy. It's just amazing experience, and you can branch off doing a lot of things from that state. So that's why I always go for the light body first, because through that state you can go through so many different routes, which is insane. And you also build up that self-trust, because activating your light body is one of the easiest things that you could do if done these steps correctly, and then also done the tweaks needed to work for you. But it is the easiest place to start, and once you do that, all of the other things get easier. Okay, so if you want to learn how to do this like straight to the point, download LightBodies. It's on my website. If you want to hear story times, jump in the private community. And if you want that tailored one-on-one experience with me and your meditation journey, your spiritual advancement, book a discovery call. I have free discovery calls on my website. We can have a chat and see if we are a fit for one-on-one mentoring. I have 12-week packages available where we kind of create that shift within yourself, and you can go spread your wings and be the magical creature that you are. I appreciate you guys so much. If you have any questions, please drop them below and I will make a video for you, another one. And yeah, I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Okay, so if you're looking for guidance on this journey, if you're not sure what to do next and you're not sure where to go, but you know that there's something waiting to be unlocked, you know there's more for you, I am hosting a 3-week intensive program called the Awakened Soul. And this is 3 weeks of really tuning in and understanding and connecting and gaining clarity through your connection to spirit, source energy, and really harnessing your own power. So if you do want that guidance, I'm going to pop it in my description box, or you can visit my website to join. So if you're at the beginning stages of your journey, or even you've had a lot of experience, but you just want to gain that clarity and confidence around your connection and your abilities, I highly recommend you join this program. It is 3 weeks of intensive training, and yeah, I hope to see you there.